Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with Diva G. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Town Hall Downfall. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Now, the argument between Marshara and Mel continues. They're going back and forth, and Mel tells him all he needs to do is stop taking jabs at her. I mean, he knows that she has more than just a t-shirt business. And then he takes the biggest jab of all to me in this conversation when he says that she filed for bankruptcy. And he thought he landed something then. And she was like, well, I filed for bankruptcy because I didn't want all that on me because me and Martell were going through a divorce. Duh. I mean, what is up with Marshall Sauer? Is he, he says he's smart, but I mean, I can't tell. And then she's like, well, I could have said that I didn't want to speak at an expo with someone on having a $5 million lawsuit against them. And that's fair, Mel. That's fair. No, that's fair. And then she's like, well, just respect me and my business. Then he gonna say, well, I see you have all these businesses. The t-shirt business, you in e-commerce, and the t-shirt business seems to be the only one that's sticking because all the rest of them, you just seem like you just going through the motions, throwing stuff at the wall and, seeing what sticks. And then she say, I do more than e-commerce, Marshara. I do property preservation. And then he gonna say, well, I respect that. Look, Marshara, no one cares about your level of respect. That's the point. And in the next scene, we get Tiffany and Lou. I'm sorry. Now, I apologize right here because I have to say that Marshara finally relented and he apologized to me. He apologized to me and they just agreed to disagree. Now, in the next scene, we have Tiffany and Big Lou. We ain't gonna spend a lot of time on this. When I say we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it, we're not spending a lot of time on it. Tiffany is complaining about Big Lou working. Big Lou has a new job. Yay for Big Lou. However, he's not spending the time with her. He's not spending the time with her that she thinks she should have, with him helping her around the house and helping her with the baby. And basically, wah, 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 wah. Woe is me, Tiffy, Missy Tiff. Missy Tiff Taff, woe is me. Because again, we have repeated to you, you knew the audience. You knew what you were getting into when you had that baby. Big Lou had already warned you. He was like, I'm busy, you're busy, and you want me to stop doing what I'm doing, knowing you have started your own business? And then she tried to, this is how, boy, Mr. Lou, you're good. When she tried to weave in that he was about to turn into an absentee father, like his father, he was like, girl, I ain't talking about when I was newborn infant. I am talking about for the things that matter. When I was 13, 14, 19 years old, trying to go to different events, trying to get him to come to different events. And he said, he finally sees her point and says, if you want quality time, I'll give you quality time. See, the thing here is that Lou thought that he was done raising children. He was looking at it like, I'm about to get these out the house. 15 and 16, even though we don't have a blended family, it's blended in the way that counts. We both love each other's children, and we don't have them all the time because one goes with the father, then one goes with the mother, and then in between there, we have quality time. Now we have baby Ace in the mix. Dum. Now, What I suggest, since y'all have all these businesses, is that Tiffany, you get the pump because you always had that baby on your tata. What I suggest is, since he giving good milk, you better unlatch that baby from the tata and start giving him a bottle. You can do that if you get us your pump. See, some of your issue, girl, is that you invent all these things yourself. You talking about you worried about, your weight and all that, and I'm thinking to myself, a lot of this may be postpartum depression, but again, Big Lou tried to warn you. Now I'm gonna move right along because I can't with them. Anyway, okay. Here comes Motel into the town hall, child, in the next scene. And shirt tighter than ever. Now, look. Now, do y'all have a stylist department on this show? Because y'all got to have to tell Martell, can you wear just one size up? Just one. Child, I know everybody says that he's in tank shirts, but smaller than that. Smaller than Tank. Now, Tank is pretty thin little boy. Yeah, I'll go with Tank. But anyway, he arrives at town hall like he got something going on. Then everybody was like, they wanted they wanted to talk about their businesses, and Marceau keeps saying that if Mel didn't have this platform, what would she be selling? What would she wouldn't be selling? There you go, back with t-shirts. You wouldn't be selling t-shirts like you did if it wasn't for the platform. And then Mel's like, and you wouldn't be selling black and chocolate in a bottle if it wasn't for the platform. Now, I haven't bought 1 ounce of chocolate in a bottle. Because when they first came out with it, and this was close to around the panorama, or during the panorama, I was like, that just sound nasty. I don't think I want chocolate tasting champagne. So they asked me if Marceau apologized, and she said, yeah, he apologized. And then Tiffany, she stepped in and she was like, well, it would have been great if you all expand. And see, that's what they're trying to get Marceau and Tisha to see. You don't just talk about the businesses that you know. You're not smart. You're not smart. You talk about businesses that everybody knows. Yes, products are included in that. Products and motivational speaking, all that's included in that. I'm motivated by Storm. I'm motivated by Storm's story, even though, I probably couldn't go in the bathroom and stir up some growth serum like she did. And that stuff is fire, by the way. With Canvas Beauty, but at the same time, this right here, what I'm trying to build with my channel, that's my, entrepreneurship. You mean to tell me you wouldn't respect me coming to the Black X Expo talking about my channel because you don't know who I am? That's not motivation. That's not, if you're just talking about things, like real estate and building and branding properties, chat back. And then he was like, and Mel was like, yeah, I agree with Storm because Storm is the one who brought up the motivation speak. I agree with Storm. It can really hurt to let people speak on their product and their businesses. Then Storm is like, well, I started with a vision. And she told Courtney, she was like, he's not really paying me attention. Do you want to ask questions for me? Because, I don't think the only thing he could do is talk to a man. I guess in a way, Marshara heard her. So Marshara said, I'll let Courtney's wife speak. Stormy, you causing a lot of confusion. No, Stormy is not causing confusion. Stormy is trying to let him know she does not appreciate him disrespecting her as a businesswoman. Now, initially, see, he contradicts himself. Because initially he was like, well, I want to talk about established product brand. But then he goes on to, again, disrespect her and give the whole room the impression that the business is only Stormy's. and he's trying to punk Courtney on the slide. Mel in her confession says, "Oh, I don't know what's going on between those two over there. I don't know what's going on between Stormy, and I don't know what's going on between Marshara. But the tension is really high between them. And until Stormy said something, and then when I said something, until then, Tisha was quiet. Next thing I know, as soon as I say something, here comes Tisha. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, Kimmy jumps in. Now it's Kimmy's turn. Kimmy said, ooh, you being so catty. Courtney and Stormy, they try to top them. They're trying to top each other on who's being catty. Marshara says, I was an A student. And then, everybody's like, what the fuck does that mean? Even Kimmy said, what does that mean to me that you were A student? Tim Nichols jumps in again. Well, are you going to respect the women in this room? I mean, are you? And then Storm in her confession says, what are we here for? And Mel said, well, if you get things more organized, then, people will come more and people will want to speak. But you got to get these things organized prior to the event. Mel in the confessional again says, why are they so defensive? Tiffany says, are you going to value women? She jumps in again and says, are you going to value women? And then Marshall says, with his wide back and all, I'll tell her, I know you don't feel valued at home, but you value here. This man is evil. Stormy said, you begin to act like a bitch. And that is really the only thing that I wish Stormy wouldn't do so much. Now, yeah, he is showing very much bitch tendencies. But I've seen a lot of different content creators saying that bitch tendencies do not always apply to only women. So it makes it seem like with her calling him a woman and he need to get a wig, that bitch tendencies only apply to women. But no, Martel's a bitch. Boss, I wait on it. Cheese Puff. Well, Cheese Puff, he's a bitch too, in my opinion. And seeing as how Marshara and Cheese Puff and all those are batches, Courtney is like, why don't we let Tisha speak? And Tisha still is over there quiet as the church mouse. She says a few things like when Courtney says they're organized. The Black Expo, it was organized. We put our money into this and we're up for constructive criticism. But you can't just say something about what we put together because it's done and over with now. Again, you can start your own business through doing a Black Expo. And then everybody's like, Tisha, you don't get it. We're telling you constructively, even Kimmy, that you can make this situation much better if you organize. You cannot come up to people and let them know that they're being paid or they have to pay on the back end. They need to know up front. And again, it's not the issue that they couldn't pay $100. If I really wanted some motivation speaking and I want to learn how to grow my channel, baby, I wish that $100 was all these people charge to help you grow your channel on YouTube. Baby, I had $100 out so quick. But they charge a lot of money. So I'm trying to make this thing happen on my own. And, Stormy says, well, you're going to have to stop acting like a bee. Because, the vendors, all of them didn't have to pay. And then Marshall said, well, that's the point. It's not like we were just begging for like $100. And then she was like, well, some people don't say, well, some people paid and some people didn't. Isn't that right, Kim? And Kimmy said, well, I did pay. And the confessional Storm said, oh, it's getting too deep for me. I'm about to go. And they getting ready to pack their stuff up, right? Connie says he needs to stay out in a confessional of woman's business. And then Marshara thinks he got him because he was like, well, because everybody is against Marshara and Tisha. But Cheese Puff just got to come in for bro. He got to say something. He got to say, well, this thing was unorganized, but they did the best they could. Even Martell was like, no. Coming after people's businesses, whatever the businesses are, is disrespectful. So, foreshadow. Because he thinks he's got to get up on them and beat their petty. So he goes on to say, goodbye, Mr. and Mrs. Steele. Like that mother. No, I'm Beasley. And then Tisha, once again, is quiet. She's supposed to say, well, I admit this was almost a failure, the town hall. Kimber told Marshara, you are the root cause of every meeting failure. And you don't take responsibility for it. Now, Kimber been getting on my nerves lately, but that was the truth. Because if we go back, a couple seasons back, talk about the comeback group, I believe that Mel and Martell, they owned the 47 acres. And everybody was in agreement. My understanding was that they were going to build low-income properties there. But some kind of way, Marshara and Tisha sneaked in and backdoored the property in some kind of way. Anyway, they Tisha and Mar sold the deal. Just as they Tisha and Mar sold the Black Expo, thinking that people won't be picking up on their bullshit. But they're beginning to really show their true colors in business, and that they really have no business background other than what Mel and Martell have showed them. And they did a good job with them, but as Martell and Mel split up, they are left out here just doing the most shady business practice. And it's coming through the TV. It really is. Okay. So in the next scene, Nell and Kimber meet. Well, they all agree to disagree in that meeting. But here we go again. Nell is disappointed that she, again, was not invited to this meeting. And then she's like, now, Kimmy, what is it? What's the problem? You go in there and you tell Nell that she's welcome to come to this town hall to get things resolved. And then you go and backdoor her and say, well, I uninvited you because I thought that it would be best that people who were there come. And then she was like, well, that was the whole point of the meeting, to get out our issues. No, it wasn't. That was the point of the town hall. And I was like, I thought it was. And she's like, no, it was my meeting. And it was just best to invite the people who were at the Black Business Expo. The thing about it is, that was her complaint, that she didn't get to go to the Black Business Expo. That's been her complaint all along, that she has a business, her husband has a business, that they were in North Huntsville before the Course 6, and then they go back in the confessional and says, we've been building our business for 30 years. They're younger than us. So it's no way that they could have the 30 years experience that we could have provided to the Black Business Expo. Kimmy said she wanted to get the ball rolling on them speaking on issues just really affected the people who were there. And then that's when they'll say, well, even though we weren't there, we still had an issue, but it wasn't for you to complain. But that's what they did. What I saw, it was a lot of complaining. So she and Kim agree to disagree, and Nell says she wants to know how her and Tisha are doing, and Nell, and Nell's like, well, things are going slowly between Tisha and I really don't know. And Nell says, well, me and you, we're Gucci. And then Kimber says, well, they ended lightheartedly, and Kimber says, well, that's Stormy. I don't have the dough to go out and buy purses. Well, here we go. We make it on down to the next scene, and here we go with Martell. Martell got his guy shirt on, child. So Ackland and Hope, they started their own business, but they talk about everything but Martell and their business life. Did he get his business license, y'all? I don't know, because he talking about in his tight jeans. Chris pulls up. Then he gonna talk about Chris and his tight jeans and his nutsack show. And Chris like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get like you. Chris throw that shade back at him. He tired of Martell at this point, and Ackland is on he's on Martell's side initially. Then Chris tells him, look, I don't know you like that. I know Motel like that. So you don't really know what we got going on. I've been asking Motel to get his ass out my spot. Well, things in that forth and so forth in that nature. I've been real busy. So and things of that nature. So I don't plan on, staying in very much long. Can I get another week? And Chris said, I gave you 2 weeks last week. I need to sell this property. And so they bring up the Black Business Expo. And Chris says, well, again, I have all this experience. And then Ackland jumps in. I didn't know you had a daycare either. And then Chris like the term Ackland, I don't know you. I've been knowing them a long time. They know what we do. And if they don't know anything else, they know I'm a realtor and a broker. Get them, Chris. And then he says that, at the Black Business Expo, they says that, they wanted people to speak with experience. And then Motel is hit with one hit quitter. See, he wasn't expecting Chris to tell him that they didn't consider him and Mel exceptional. What? They talking about me and Mel? First of all, they wouldn't have anything that they have if it wasn't me and Mel. Me and Mel started this. They wouldn't have a home to live in. They wouldn't have scope. They bought me out of scope because I was going through the divorce. And I didn't want to put that into the bankruptcy. And then they would on me like that. Oh, they got to cross the bear. They can't cross me. Well, they can't cross God. And they can't cross me either. They can't come for me. And that, my friend, is the end of the episode. Before I close, I would like to say, again, thank you for the views. But, so for example, I have 150 views, and that's good for me to only have 40 subscribers. Yeah, I have 40 subscribers now. 40. That is good for me to only have 40 subscribers. But if you are watching the video and you have 100 views, then let's have 100 likes. If you have 500 views, let's have 500 likes. Like as you're coming in, then you won't forget. That's what I learned from Miss Bundy over there. When I watch Bundy, when I watch Jamie too, when I watch them, I just hit the like button when I come in. Or if they doing a live, when I'm on the notification side and then they finally start playing a little countdown music or whatever, I go ahead and hit the like button so I can get it out the way so I won't forget. And respect them while they at their house so their channel can continue to grow. Right? All right. Now, on next week's episode, the argument down to the construction site is going to continue. And it seems like Motel is ready to confront Myrtle in his hips, his legs and his hips, and his tie. So we're going to see how that unfolds. That being said, these are Country Conversations with Diva D. Thanks for subscribing to my channel and watching my channel. Again, get the likes up, get the likes up. And as I always do, I'm going to chunk them up with the deuces.